Hello, my name is DC. I'll be giving you match analysis for Zimbabwe versus South Africa. Very entertaining, lots of goals, and let's just get into this one real quick because this one was a fun watch in terms of highlights. All right, so South Africa, what they did here, they did very well. Let's just look at this. Yeah, how many South African players? One, two, three, four, five on this side, and then the forced Zimbabwe to commit players. One, okay, we can really count him. Let's count him. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, and then that means there's going to be little to no one here. So they did an overload and then quickly switch the ball. Look at this. They get it, a nice flick. They realize that they've forced most of the Zimbabwean players to cover this particular area. So you know what they do? They switch it. I know that it goes a bit slow, but still they do what they need to do. And he's all alone. Number five, he knows he's there, but it's funny because this is just pinball football. He plays it wide to his teammates. This is just practically pinball. I mean, keeper, you can't really blame the keeper for that one. I mean, because he plays it wide. Now, this is the mistake that he made. He is moving sideways instead of moving. You know those things whereby, let's say direction. This is the South African player. This is the Zimbabwean player. Instead of him going like this, he goes like that, and then slowly starts to move towards him. He should have just made one direction. Remember, quickest point is a straight line. We should have just gone straight to him. Hopefully, just try to force him or just force the shot. You see that? Boom. Goalkeeper down. One of the funniest goals you ever see. Anyway, let's head on to the next goal of the match. This is actually really good dribbling. All right, plays it wide, and then I like how he takes advantage of this. He takes authority. First of all, he number four should go deeper, just slightly deeper, because what you don't want is two players on the same line. Because if they're on the same line, you get past one, boom, it's done. So number four should be slightly deeper. You see that? So, because he didn't go slightly deeper, he's now forcing his center back to already come out of position because you can tell the rest of his line are near or behind the line. He's the only one ahead of it. There's a terrible line. Let's draw something better. That's a lovely line. So you see, he's the only one that's ahead of the line. And then now the Zimbabwean player takes the ball forward. Number four, he's really slow. He's slow to react. Let's look and see from the moment the Zimbabwean player makes his first dribble. Let's see how number four reacts. You see, you see that? He was never serious. So now you're forcing him to take action. And then he should have just moved on towards just slightly there because he can deal with this. Just move slightly, just here or just there because I feel he's too far and he's normal, but in this case, just in case of cases. And then he tries to get the ball away. That's not what you should be doing. What you should be doing is looking to shrug off the player. Looking to be at the point where as he pushes the ball, you can be shoulder to shoulder, hope to shrug him off, or just be so close that you get a block on the shot and then you prevent him from moving forward. Unfortunately, he gets sent to buy Swedes. The Zaman player takes the shot, and that's a lovely goal. Zimbabwe, they are so good. All right, next goal of the match. This is like a really, really long clearance. Anyway, it's one of those, it's a clearance that actually lands to someone. And it's a lovely switch. The Zimbabwean player here makes the biggest mistake. Take it forward, take it out. In fact, if you want, you can just kick it. Instead, you know what he does? He loses all his bearings. And now the problem is that this is a looping ball. It's going down. So if you're going to head it, if you head it upwards, all the energy goes up there, then it comes straight back down like this. So this was a terrible decision. He's not even close enough to do this with his goalkeeper. So remember, it came from the ball came from a high point coming down. So which means if you head it, if you head it, it's most likely going to go up again, which means the distance that it has traveled up, it would have been better if it traveled like this, but it can't because physics and you're a footballer. You should know these things. It goes up. I feel the goalkeeper does hesitate, but it's a looping ball. But I do feel again he does hesitate. The South African player takes advantage, full advantage. And then like here, as the clearance is coming in, let's look at what his teammate does. He should not stop running. He should not stop running, just in case of cases. And then look at their pace before the ball hits him. You should have just continued the same pace. So now, he's already ahead of him. You should have just continued running, just in case of cases. He runs for this goalkeeper. He's too stagnant. He doesn't take full advantage of his situation. He has the ability to use his hands, but he's slow, and that's a good goal. All because of the Zambian player. I don't even know what I don't even know what I can call that. Anywho, next goal of the match. South Africa, right? That's actually Zimbabwe. All right, so he receives it. That's a nice turn. Plays it wide. And then, as we've seen, this gap should not be here in the first place. It really is too much of a gap because you're encouraging people to play passes. You might say, yes, this is a gap, but then if the ball is played, he's ahead of him, and then he's also behind him. So, but no, this is not much of a problem because at least there's someone ahead of him. Now, this is a problem also because look at the body position. He's facing this way, he's facing this way. Who do you think will reach the ball first? The person that's already in motion and running, or the person that has to turn around and start running? I think it's obvious. It really is obvious. And then he should have just, what he should have done at that point, if you know there's a gap, take a few steps back so that you give yourself that added room. Yeah, you allow the pass, but you most likely be able to deal with it. Zimbabwean player takes it into his stride, but this is a really good goalkeeper. You can tell he's good at what he does. He gets off early, and then he's forcing him. He sticks out his leg, but football can be very cruel. Boom, on goal. I can't blame the keeper. Keeper does everything well. Number six, you should be reading that. You should be saying, I'm alone. I should really be deeper. If you're going to be facing your own goal, forget the offside trap, especially in that situation whereby his line, wasn't as properly as it could be. And also the fact that there was no cover and someone was on the ball. Take a few steps back, allow yourself room to correct yourself. And yeah, you'll be better if you do that. Anyway, I mean, just look at this. He really should have, he should be much closer to him. If not, just, it's okay. Even if you're here, it's okay. Because you know that that ball, it's either you get it or you prevent him from scoring. And otherwise, we will admire it's a lovely ball. Really is. I mean, if he wanted, he could have laid it off, but he decided, yeah, he really could have laid this one off. Boom. Football is it's a funny sport. Let's head on to the next goal of the match. So this is a handball. And it's one of the funniest handballs you ever see. Oh, it's actually, sorry. I was looking at something else. All right, so this is one of the funniest handballs you ever see. All right, so look at this. This is clearly a handball, unnatural position. He's blocking the goal. Most obvious onside, but you know what? Good on him. He said that it's the same thing in basketball. Rather than allowing someone to get a free 2 points, 3 points, you take them to the line so that they have to work for it. Same way whereby you take someone to the penalty spot so that they end there. I mean, this is the most obvious handball that's there. Really is. It's a good save. It's a really good save. I mean, boom. Even the goalkeeper is shocked. He's like, can't we also have another goalkeeper in this team? All right, and let's head on to the penalty. He's calm, he's cool, he's composed, stares at the keeper, stares back at the ball. He's relaxed, he's composed. He knows that he's going to score it. He looks at the keeper, and lovely. Otherwise, very interesting match. South Africa beat Zimbabwe. They're already qualifying for the round of 16, and that's an entertaining match. This is the AFCON that we love to see, full of goals, mistakes, but that's what football is. Funny enough, without the mistakes, we probably wouldn't enjoy football as much. Otherwise, that's my match analysis. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.